What's up, everybody? Early Stoppage MMA here, and today we're going to be doing a quick recap going over the fights from last night's UFC 323 card. Oh my gosh, this card was awesome. This was freaking amazing. So many finishes, so many fun fights. Even the fights that were decisions were fucking bangers. They were so good. What a way to usher out the pay-per-view era of the UFC. We literally have one more ESPN card, good riddance, and then we've got an amazing slate of fight nights and pay-per-views, or not pay-per-views anymore, numbered events coming up on Paramount next year. Oh my gosh, what a good time to be a UFC fan. This month, almost 2 month break that we're about to bust into is going to hurt. It is going to not be fun at all, but hey, we'll make it through together. Plenty of content coming your way. That being said, let's just jump right into some of these fights. I'm not going to go over all of them. Like, some of them are pretty self-explanatory. Prospects like Myron Santos and Mansour Abdul Malik both came out there and did exactly what they needed to do, putting on good performances, beating the competition that they were fighting pretty impressively. What else do you say? But man, Iwo versus Ebo. Holy smokes, this was crazy. This had to be maybe one of the best, minute and a half fights, or just minutes and a half of the year in a fight. Oh my god. It was like constantly two people just dropping each other. Ibo Aslan just hands down, just throwing for the fences the whole fight. And Iwo just technical enough, but wise enough to kind of brawl to take advantage of that and just get it done and put down Ibo Aslan with a nasty hook and following up with the ground punches. Man, what a fight. Watch this one if you did not see it. It was so good. Not much more to say than that. Great fight. Maybe fight of the year. Round of the year, I should say. Minute of the year. Moving on from there, we've got... Oh, man, this one hurt. It was good to see in some ways, but bad in others. Edson Barboza got just annihilated by Jalen Turner. Jalen Turner looked great in this fight. After some time off, he has come back and really... he's always been good, but there's always just been the question of fight IQ and, finishing ability. Like, he just makes poor decisions in his fight and isn't as calculated as maybe he should be. And in this fight, it was on. Perfect execution of a great game plan against an aging Barboza who just wasn't as fast as he used to be or anything like that. Great win from Jalen Turner. I'm excited to see him back. I hope that he can keep this momentum going because, man, he is such a fun fighter to watch when he is on. Marvin Vettori, it finally happened. Man, Marvin Vettori is so washed. He just has nothing going on. He is just chin-mogging in every fight. He just comes out here, shows it off, and does fuck all with it. Yeah, Marvin Vettori, I thought he was going to get knocked out, and finally someone would break the chin. I don't know if it's possible anymore. The Orc continues, I suppose. Good performance from Bruno Ferreira. He missed weight and everything, so I don't know how much that contributed to what we saw, but yeah, good performance. Why not get Marvin Vettori out of there? This guy just doesn't have it anymore. I would say maybe go to another promotion because he's young, but he just doesn't do anything. So I don't know who would really want that in their promotion at the moment. Moving on. Oh my God. Fares Ziem versus Nazim Sadikov. Going into this, I had this feeling, Nazim Sadikov has been so entertaining and looked so good and vicious that I was like, I bought into the hype. I was like, I think he's going to be able to do it because he's just so nasty and so fun and willing to scrap. But I knew going in that Fares Ziem could put on a very calculated, sort of safe, smart performance. And that's not even what happened here. Fares Ziem just came out and systematically just dismantled Sadikov. He just beat him everywhere, from the grappling to the striking, just beat the tar out of Nazim Sadikov. And I still think Nazim Sadikov is good. I just think that's a testament to how good Fares Ziem actually is. It is going to be very fun to watch this guy going forward. This was such a technical fight. The intricacies of what Fares Ziem was doing with his defense, with his striking, with his movement. Check this one out if you have not. It's so good. A highlight of the night for me, for sure. Macy Barber won. Chris Duncan KOs Terrence McKinney in a crazy first round where Terrence McKinney comes out swinging. Classic Terrence McKinney performance. Comes out, looks vicious, has Chris Duncan hurt bad, and Chris Duncan just toughs it out, plays it safe enough, defends where he can very smartly, and lands a nasty fucking elbow in the clinch. Just perfect distance, perfect execution, right across the chin of Terrence McKinney, folding him, and then following up with some ground and pound. Cannot believe this wasn't stopped. Terrence McKinney was not doing anything or responding to these punches at all and taking a lot of them to just the head. And Chris Duncan wisely just figured out, okay, this apparently isn't going to get stopped. The round's almost over. While he's hurt, I'm going to take advantage of it. And just locks in an anaconda choke. I thought it was a Darce at first, but man, what a good performance from Chris Duncan. Manuel Torres just smoked Grant Dawson. I really thought Grant Dawson was going to wrestle more, but he looked afraid. He looked pretty timid in this fight, and I think that hurt him. So, yeah, not too much more to say about that. Manuel Torres is great. It's going to be fun to watch him. So many lightweights just budding on this card. This is crazy. What a time. Moving on from there to the main card, we had Jan Blachowicz versus Bogdan Guskov. This was a pretty interesting fight. Jan Blachowicz, I love Jan Blachowicz. That being said, Jan Blachowicz looked very much older in this fight. He could not get up off his back, and I was a little scared going into the fight when the commentators announced that when they were interviewing him, he said he's not lifting weights anymore because his shoulder's so fucked up. That scared me a little bit. I was like, oh no. And I think you could definitely see it in this fight. When he was throwing off of that other shoulder, there wasn't as much power in it. But, all that being said, draw makes sense, but I could see a world where Blachowicz wins this fight. A 10-8 totally does make sense, but man, Blachowicz locked in such a veteran performance. Bogdan Guskov kind of gasped, but also Bogdan Guskov was not super technical. His striking is not the best. He left himself open quite a bit, and Jan Blachowicz just knew exactly how to take advantage of that. His kicks were nasty. I would have liked to see a bit more, but again, the age was showing where Blachowicz was slowing down. He couldn't really get back up. But man, it's all there. The intelligence is there. The ability is almost there. Great ring control from Jan, knowing exactly how to cut off Bogdan Guskov in moments where it mattered, and stop his movement, cut him off, beat him to the punch. Pretty good performance overall, although I do think that Blachowicz, the next one, should be the last. He's just old, and that's totally fine. But what a legend. The fact that he could still pull this off was great. Super, super impressive, in my opinion. Yeah. So moving on from there, we had Henry Cejudo versus Peyton Talbot. Oh my God. This fight, dude. I have to put some respect on Henry Cejudo's name. I've been somewhat of a hater of Henry Cejudo recently, especially because his last performances have been not super impressive. But this was the best Henry Cejudo, I think, has looked since he came back from his retirement. He came out to strike. He bit down on his mouth guard, tried to take advantage of moments, and did in a lot of cases in things like scrambles. He would outdo Peyton Talbot and get to a good position, but man, Peyton Talbot is good. Peyton Talbot is real good, everybody. I'm here to tell you if you didn't already know. He's really well-rounded. His takedown defense is great. He's strong. You can see that his punches just do damage. I think the beating that he put on Henry Cejudo, some of these shots, if they landed on anybody else in the division, they're going out. I think Henry Cejudo's durability really shined here. That guy can fucking take punches. He is made of metal or something, because damn, that big head is concrete. Man, great performance from Peyton Talbot. Outdoing it in the wrestling, taking him down twice. That was crazy. Peyton Talbot's out here taking down an Olympic gold wrestler. Always standing up. Every time Henry Cejudo took him down, he would just, if anything, turtle or straight to the fence and just shoot back up to his feet. Great work. The knees were great here. Same with those kicks to the body. Great stuff. This was great. Great performance from Talbot. So excited to see this guy going forward. And the improvements between every fight is crazy. Peyton Talbot is a prospect to watch, no doubt about it. Great performance from him, and honestly, great retirement from Henry Cejudo. So much respect for that. He came out. He was such a dog in this fight. He really went for it. He was landing on Talbot. Yeah, and just retired with grace. All the respect to Talbot, all the respect to everybody else. This is how to do your retirement fight. Very much kudos to Cejudo. Really put it all out there in the octagon for this one. Moving on from there, Tatsuro Taira versus Brandon Royval. This fight was interesting. Taira came out just, it looked pretty even at the beginning. Brandon Moreno was very inactive in this, and I don't know if he was worried about the takedowns, which was a little weird because he could have been more confident. I mean, his stance, he was leaning way forward with his legs pretty wide. He was ready to sprawl, to limp leg out his stuff. Like, Brandon Moreno had the right idea, but he was so inactive, like, compared to usual on the feet. Like, he just kind of was, like, emoting at range and not really doing much. And Taira was putting on the pressure, trying to make things happen, ultimately getting a takedown and, finding himself in a triangle from Brandon Moreno, but I don't know if he was ever really in all that much trouble because it was a bit of a weird angle for Moreno. And I understand why Moreno would just sit and hold that triangle. It wasn't a great spot for him. It makes sense, but damn. Yeah. Finishing, Tatsuro Taira finds a way, gets to the ground and pound. Also, the commentary tonight was terrible. It was really, really bad. A lot of glazing happening for people that weren't doing much, if anything, or doing things incorrectly, maybe. A lot of questionable shit. Like, the main thing I'm thinking of right now is them saying that Brandon Moreno's the stoppage was early. I don't see that at all. I think Brandon Moreno was eating unanswered punches. He wasn't doing much. He was taking him to the head. I guess he was getting back up, but at that point, you've taken so many punches to the head, and taking one and then flattening back out the way he did, optically, it looked horrible. So I do not blame them for stopping that fight. I think Tatsuro Taira rightfully got a TKO. And that's a little overblown for the people who find it controversial. But, yeah, great performance from Taira. It in a sense, it hurts because Brandon Moreno's cool. He's a nice guy. He's a legend. Staple of the division. But it will be kind of nice to have some fresh blood with Tatsuro Taira probably fighting for the belt next. Yeah. So moving on to the fight directly related to this, we've got Alexandre Pantoja versus Joshua Van. Man, we were so excited for this fight, and it was looking really good at the beginning. Pantoja came out fast. He came out vicious. They're punching. They're going at it. Joshua Van's landing some stuff in the clinch, throwing pretty hard. They're moving around, jumping around. The pace is crazy. It's fast. And then Pantoja throws that high kick. Joshua Van catches it and kind of throws Pantoja. He lands on his arm, and they say it's dislocated. It looked broken. It's a horrible dislocation. It just Pantoja hit the ground. This dude must be tough as hell, though, because he just looked down at his arm like, what is that about? And then looked back up at Joshua Van, and Joshua Van just didn't throw anything. Kudos to him. It feels like he sensed something was up. So, I feel like the hate is a little overblown. I think Joshua Van gets to celebrate getting the belt, just having it and being the champion, because let's be honest, it's not his fault that this happened. And I'm not here to blame Pantoja, but Pantoja put his arm in the wrong place, and the weight went on it, and it did its thing. Not Joshua Van's fault. Unfortunate that it ended this way, but Joshua Van is rightfully at this point the flyweight champion. And it's going to be fun. I think him versus Taira probably makes sense. For Pantoja, Pantoja's probably going to be out a while. That arm looked nasty, so I think it's also, I don't know. Pantoja's, 35 at this point? He's a bit older. If he's out for a while, and especially coming back after a layoff with a pretty nasty-looking arm injury, that does not bode super well. So if that's the case, and he comes back and it's just not the same guy, that'll be so unfortunate that his title run just ended this way. Yeah, interesting stuff. Great fight, or it'll be interesting to see this fight. A very unfortunate co-main, but, it is what it is. Joshua Van is the champion. That is the one upside from that event. All right, moving on to the main event. What a fight. What a fight. Petr Yan was saying that his hand was compromised, and it certainly seemed that way going into this from the first fight. And man, that right hand made a difference. His takedown defense was on point. Merab was just, he was just outdone everywhere. I think this is crazy that, in my opinion, Petr Yan won every round. I can maybe see, one round to Merab, but it was just a masterclass. This has to be one of the greatest. I don't want to glaze Yan too much, and I am a fan of him, but I also like Merab. This has to be one of the greatest title performances of all time. Just so slick, so smooth, so amazing. He's taking down Merab. Petr Yan was beating him everywhere. Everything that Merab was throwing, very little of it actually landed very well. Most of it was just on Yan's guard. Yan had that great high guard and just was blocking pretty much everything Merab was throwing. Merab was trying to get him with these takedowns, but it just didn't happen. Yan started to slow down in the fourth round, and I was like, he might be getting a little tired, but in the fifth, he just picked it back up again, and it was just outdid him. What more can you say? The boxing made the difference. I don't even want to say the boxing made the difference. He out-wrestled Merab, too, realistically. Jesus. Yeah, what a fucking fight. This definitely warrants a rematch, and I welcome it. This has got to be one of the craziest and best trilogies that we're going to get in the bantamweight division's history. This is awesome. Super cool to see Petr Yan with the belt. The only thing that sucks about this is I think Petr Yan's going to be inactive. I don't think Yan is going to be super active, and that sucks. Hopefully, the turnaround on this isn't too bad, but it was kind of a war. Man, I've never seen Merab take that much damage either. Whew. And Merab is tough. Kudos to him. His chin held up, and the damage held up. Although, I think what's a little overblown is people saying that everyone now is going to just go for Merab's body when they fight him. I don't know if people are going to be able to do that as easily as Petr Yan did. I think that Yan was just on in this fight, and that first kick that hurt Merab that he just threw up to the body was picture perfect. And I don't know how many other people are going to be able to do that. So, man, what a performance. Petr Yan gets the belt. Awesome. Yeah, great evening of fights. What a way to send off the pay-per-view era. Thanks for watching, everybody. We've got some more videos coming soon, and yeah, enjoy your week. Peace.